and guest alone, and not those of Vic Canellis Media Group, its parent, affiliates, or stations. VCMG Live is not responsible for any content, information, or opinions expressed. User bears full responsibility for their reliance on such content, information, or opinions.
Would you love to deepen your spiritual connection and create a conscious shift in your life? Do you seek answer to human experience? Well, welcome to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. It's a 2.5-hour safe haven for your questions and Spirit's answers. And you can transform your life right now on VCMG in South Florida. Sarah Spiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor, coach, and medium who can assist you to connect the light within and transcend beyond the limits of all possible experience and knowledge. For the next 2.5 hours, listen and call in toll-free 866-9-SARAHS. That's 866-972-7247. And watch Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook and YouTube. And share love and light.
Yes, indeed. There's a light right here on VCMG on the Oldie station. And we're answering your questions at 866 972 7247. This is the night where we're going to tune in, tap in, and we're going to really see what the messages could be. And each one of you has an opportunity to express who you are. Each one of you in this lifetime has an opportunity to be the person that you've come to be. And as you move yourself forward in this life, it's for you to be true to yourself. How true are you to yourself? Are you journeying in the journey of life and not really being true to what you feel you've come to do and who you've come to be? I see here that as you move yourself in the direction of what you want, you have to be steadfast. You have to hold the vision. You cannot waver. And when you move in the direction of what you want, you also have to feel that it's possible. Many of us don't know if it's possible because we're afraid to take a chance. And so we think about things, we wish for things, we may discuss things with other people, and then we just can't get where we need to go. It's a freezing feeling to be stuck. It's something that's important for us to break out of. And when we move ourselves in the direction of what we want, we have to hold the vision as if it's already done. You are the director of your universe. The divine has laid a plan. The divine has created something spectacular for you. You need to believe that it's possible. You need to feel the great potential inside of you, recognize it, and forge forward. And change, foraging forward, creates some angst. It can make you feel a little nervous. It's okay. Whenever you're on the precipice of greatness, there's always an opportunity for you to tap in and feel the enthusiasm, but also feel the nervousness, the uncertainty. These aspects of life are the growing pages of your future. You write your story with the opportunities presented to you and the opportunities that you choose to choose so that you can move in the direction of what you want. I always want you to imagine that you are holding a map. And there are many ways to get to the destination. And now with GPS, we're going to assume we all still remember how to read a map. But I want you to look at the map and I want you to see the roads that lead to where you want to go. And if you are uncertain as to where you want to go at this juncture of your journey, that's okay too. Because some of us don't know yet. Then look at the map and see what looks good to you. What might be interesting? What place, what destination, what outcome may be an outcome that makes you feel powerful, happy, content? What outcome is that? You have the power to create anything. And the universe is always talking. God is always talking. The angels are always talking. Our loved ones are always around us. Yet we feel so alone, so isolated, so disconnected at times. And why is that? Because we haven't trained ourselves to be receptive to the possibilities that there are ways that we can be guided outside of the conditioned belief of it's trial and error. It's first you succeed, try again, right? If first you don't succeed, try again. It is trial and error and our beliefs that surround us as to whether it's even possible, whether we should try. There's many of you, when you ask questions, you ask a question that's a safe question. You ask a question that you know is going to give you an answer that still gives you the wiggle room to wobble in your fear and your uncertainty, but gives you a little bit of insight. The art of asking questions is to really drill down and to look inside and believe that you have a connection that is here to always guide you, and that you can ask a direct question and trust the answers. A lot of times we dance around the questions because we don't really want to know the answer. Because if someone says, yes, go ahead, you'll be successful, this is a great opportunity for you, then you have to do it. But if someone says, well, there's change coming, because some of you will say, do you see anything changing? Well, yes, something's always changing. Should I leave my job? Should I take a new job? Well, where do you want to be is the question. You see, I feel like I want to, this is how you should feel inside of you when asking a question about a destination. Is it time for change? Am I ready for change? That's a good question. If I do the work, can I make a change in this period of time? When you ask questions of yourself, ask yourself this question: what is it that I really want? What is it that I'm really hoping to achieve or gain from this experience? And am I open to other experiences along the way? Sometimes we get so rigid in our ability to get something done that we don't give ourselves the wiggle room to really explore other ways of accomplishing things. You have a tremendous power. You have a tremendous energy inside of you that is really here to help everyone navigate change. Now there's the question of what makes you happy. Many of you don't know that answer. There's the question of, why do I feel so sad or disconnected or frustrated or angry? Many of you don't know that answer. Many of you aren't willing to go back and look at what has taken you down this path and accept your accountability and responsibility for it. See, questions are tricky things. They open up the opportunity to another question and another question and another question. But we have to get to the heart of the matter. And we have to get to the heart of the matter that we need to forgive ourselves, we need to forgive others, and we really need to ask the burning question that's what we want to know, not all the other things around it. Sometimes we can't handle the truth. That was a line in A Few Good Men, the movie. You can't handle the truth. Now, the universe, the angels, the guides, they're never going to give you something that you can't handle. But they are going to point you strongly in the direction of an answer so that you can have the aha moment and handle it. Unless it's a matter of life and death. Then they're going to lay it out. They're going to tell you, do this, don't do this. Not a good time for the trip. Not a good person for you to be with. They will express that. Because there's a knowing of complications for the future. It's really easy for us to lose ourselves in our thoughts. Our thoughts can take us into places that tend to personalize things. Have you ever thought that someone was dissing you or not showing up for you, and you took it personally and thought it was you, only to find out that life had taken a turn for them and they couldn't show up for you, they couldn't follow through on something. But our mind had us in a place of we weren't good enough. They weren't the person that they said they were. We misjudged something. And it sends us spiraling into these doubts. So where does doubt come from? Doubt comes from the seeds that have been planted early on that made you not trust what you thought you knew was true when you were younger. Imagine parents having tension and difficulty in their relationship. They can't quite get it together. So you as a child, sensing this, go up to your mother or your father, or both of them at a different time, and say, is everything okay? Why are you fighting? Oh no, we're not fighting. Everything's fine. And they kind of brush it off. But you know what you know. And then you ask again. Maybe you even see the disagreement. But they kind of push it away. They say, no, it's nothing. But inside you feel it's something. But now you're confused as a child. Because your parents, who you look to, who are your role models, who are your teachers, who are your providers, you need them, they're saying everything's fine. So somewhere inside, you go, I guess I can't trust my insights. I can't trust. There's this hesitation, this uncomfortability. So how do we overcome those doubts? How do we believe we're one thing after people have told us we're something different? Many of you have been told that you're not smart enough, or talented enough, or pretty enough, or whatever enough to do or be or have what you want. Somewhere inside of you, you're at odds, you're in a battle. You don't really know how you're going to get there. And so you try, but you don't try. There's a half-heartedness in your approach. There's a hesitation. We've all felt less than. We've all had that sense. And how do we overcome this stagnation, this hesitation? It's to peel back the words that have been spoken to you. It's to peel back the experiences that have molded you. It's to peel away your human interpretation and just sit in the silence and wait for the whisper of the divine. But most of us are too busy for that. We're too much in a hurry to get where we want, or too much in a hurry to say, I guess it's not meant for me, and just settle. Why would you want to settle? Why would you want to settle if the entire kingdom of greatness is here for you? Why wouldn't you want to have all of it? Why wouldn't you want to embrace all the abundance that there is for you? All the happiness, all the love. Why would you want to settle? What would make you feel like it's better to know the devil you know than the devil you don't know? It's not easy. But it's courage that takes you out of the conditioned way. You need to be courageous. And in the world today, we need to be courageous. We need to know who we are. We want to know who we believe in and what we believe in. We need that. Because it's so easy to get swayed and fall back into that pit of when you were a child, when people are saying, oh, no, look over here, everything's fine. Nothing's happening over there. A lot of us are having our childhood insecurities come up. It's been that way now for the past few years. It's been right here in front of us. And some of what's been going on these past almost 4 years is responsible for a lot of you being on a different path, a spiritual path, a seeking, looking, asking questions, wanting something more in life because you realized you were caught up in the gerbil wheel of performance. And then when everything got taken away and removed from the way we thought it would be, it sent so many of us scrambling in directions that were like marbles on a hardwood floor, just scattering, ending up in some corner somewhere on our laptops, our computers, locked in a room, working remote, or afraid to go out, afraid to express ourselves. And all the insecurities come bubbling up. Because none of us expect things to change the way they did from 1 minute to the next. But that's life. Life changes. Everything changes. And some changes are gradual and we can become accustomed to it and get ourselves used to it. And some things are just instantaneous and things are never the same. Like the relative that's perfectly healthy and 1 minute you're talking to them on the phone and the next day they're not here anymore. We thought we had more time. And the question inside you ask is, what prevented me from living in the moment and really being fully enmeshed in that moment? Because most of us don't get to enjoy the moment. We're on to the next thing. Always thinking there'll be another time, another opportunity. I'll call them tomorrow. And if tomorrow doesn't happen, I'll call them the next day. And life changes. What is it that you haven't done that you would love to do? What is it that you have yet to do that you know you're destined to do? What is the question inside of you that needs answering so that you can find your way? What does your heart want? Not what life expects you to do. Haven't we all had enough of that? What does your heart tell you you should do? Who does your heart tell you you are? Your heart holds the key. Love holds the frequency that can change anything. And each one of us has the power to create the life we want by asking some hard questions about who we are, asking questions of ourselves as to what we may have done differently and what we could do to recalculate the route and put ourselves in the direction of what we want. We all have a piece of the puzzle. It's time for us to put the puzzle of life together. No more missing pieces. No more uncertainty. Know the path of your life. Allow the tapestry and all of its richness to blend together. And know that each person, each human being is here for a reason. And those that are in your life now are here for a reason, and those who are not, it was time for them to move on. To not be a coworker or a friend. They're just not meant to be in this juncture of your life. Stop looking to the past, wondering if it's coming back or what we could have again. The past is the past for a reason. You're creating your future. When we come back from this commercial break, we're going to continue talking about how to create your future, how to carve in the universe your story. And of course, we're going to answer your questions at 866-972-7247, right here on Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. 6:30 to 9 p.m. every Wednesday night. We're welcoming your phone calls, your Facebook messages, your YouTube messages. Stay with us, everyone. We're going to take a break, and then we're going to come back and explore the desires of your heart. We'll be right back.
There's a light that shines down upon me, and there's a light that brightens up my day.
Stay tuned for more Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, coming up right after the break. Continue the conversation with Sarah Spiritual on Facebook and YouTube. The phone lines are open too. 866-9-SARAHS. That's 866-972-7247.
The opinions expressed on the preceding sponsored program were strictly those of its host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.
WSFS 104.3 HD3 Miramar, WIRK 103.1 HD3 Indiantown, and heard in Broward on 96.9 FM, Boca Raton on 95.3 FM, West Palm Beach on 95.9 FM, and in Martin County on 106.9 FM. Programming paid for by Vic Canales Media Group. Broadcasting from the Robes Studio. Injured recently? Call the Robes Law Group, where winning is a habit. 561-570-5700. Robes, winning for you and our community. We are South Florida's home for the True Oldies Channel.
Big news, you don't have to wait for Black Friday to get an amazing deal on your next Bahamas cruise, because Margaritaville at Sea is giving you a sneak peek of their best sale of the year right now for a limited time. Get a 3-day, 2-night cruise to the Bahamas starting at just $89 for 2 guests, plus get up to 30% off all specialty dining, beverage packages, shore excursions, and more. This exclusive Black Friday sneak peek only lasts a few days, so go to margaritavillatsea.com and book today to save on the biggest sale of the year.
Have you been to Chowderheads in Jupiter? If you're looking for the best seafood flown in fresh from Boston, then you have to try Chowderheads. They have daily specials too. Monday is all-you-can-eat mussels with 2 sides for only $22.95. And then Lobster Taco Tuesday for $15.95. Wednesday is Buck-a-Shuck Blue Point oysters and 50% off all wine bottles. On Thursday, enjoy decadent lobster mac and cheese and a side for $24.95. Chowderheads is open 7 days a week and located in the Driftwood Plaza on South US Highway 1 in Jupiter. For reservations or to go, call 561-203-2903. Check out their menu at chowderheadsusa.com.
Join us for Moments of Scripture, hosted by Jan Coleman every Sunday morning from 6 to 6:30 a.m. We will read the Bible, pray, and offer blessings to all who listen in the name of our Lord and Savior. Moments of Scripture every Sunday at 6 a.m.
Oh, you're my movers? 2 men in a truck.
Good morning. I'm man number 1.
I'm man number 2.
And I'm man number 3.
Wait, I thought you were 2 men in a truck.
We are, but your move will go best with 3 men.
Whatever it takes to move people forward, whether across the city or across the country.
Because we're the movers who care.
Well, come on in. 3 men in a truck.
But you can still find us at 2menpalmbeach.com and 2mentreasurecoast.com.
Hi, this is Keith Singer of Singer Wealth. If you own a retirement account, not only do you need to make smart investment choices, you need to make smart tax choices as well. The IRS is waiting to collect a part of that account, and you can minimize what they get, but you have to use the right strategies. To learn about these strategies to reduce taxes on your IRA account, text the word tax report to 474747. Text the word tax report to 474747 so you and your family can keep as much of your IRA as possible.
This message is sponsored by the Florida A&M University Medical Marijuana Education and Research Initiative, the Florida Association of Broadcasters, and this radio station.
Mary on Demand is live. Start your marijuana education journey today and learn more with Mary on Demand. Take the self-guided education series at your own pace. You'll decide what you'd like to learn and when. Visit mary.famu.edu to learn more. That's mmeri.famu.edu. Mary, educate, learn, talk.
Ant Media Productions proudly announces Music Nights. We invite you to a 2-night concert event, November 10th and December 1st, starring J.C. Dreesen with her Salute to the Veterans. the greatest Fleetwood Mac tribute band on the land. For more information and to grab your tickets, head over to events.amp2.tv. That is events.amp2.tv, and don't be late.
Sarah Spiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor and medium. She can connect you with your loved ones, your spirit guides, and ascended beings. Sarah specializes in love, relationships, money, career, health, and healing. She has an uncanny ability to convey the true thoughts and emotions of those around you. Just call 561-682-0956 for your personal reading. Life is a spiritual journey, and each situation has a spiritual solution. Just contact Sarah for a personal reading today. 561-682-0956. 561-682-0956. Or visit sarahspiritual.com. Or that number one more time, 561-682-0956. Let Sarah Spiritual and Spirit raise you up.
Hi, I'm Sarah Spiritual, the founder of the Expedito Enlightenment Center. I would love for you to visit me at my spiritual oasis located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard in the Tree of Life Plaza in West Palm Beach. Come, feel the energy, sample my spiritual sprays and oils, participate in one of my spiritual development classes, and have a personal reading with me, Sarah Spiritual. Let's see what Spirit has to say. You can call the Expedito Enlightenment Center at 561-682-0955. Not local? Visit me, Sarah Spiritual, at sarahspiritual.com for products, classes, and to book your personal session.
This show is furnished by Sarah Spiritual.
The content, information, and opinions expressed during the related show are those of the show personalities and guest alone, and not those of Vic Canellis Media Group, its parent, affiliates, or stations. VCMG Live is not responsible for any content, information, or opinions expressed. User bears full responsibility for their reliance on such content, information, or opinions.
Welcome back to the next 2 hours of Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, as we continue our uplifting and empowering spiritual discussions to transform your life. A gifted spiritual advisor, coach, and medium, Sarah Spiritual will assist you to connect to the light within and transcend beyond the limits of all experience and knowledge. We have another 2 hours to listen and call in 866-9-SARAHs. That's 866-972-7247. And watch Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook and YouTube, and you can share the love and light.
Yes, indeed. It's a time to open up your heart to love. Love for everyone. Wouldn't the world be a better place if we could all be in the energy of love? So what separates us from love? What separates you from loving yourself? And how can we get closer to that energy? You know, every frustrating moment inside of you transmits an energy of frustration and anger outside and is almost contagious. Even though you think it's something just going on with you, it's your frequency, and your frequency impacts others. Have you ever been around someone whose energy was off? It seemed kind of edgy or bad. And then you're in that energy and you realize you feel kind of the way they were acting or feeling. You kind of picked up their bad juju. There's a lot of that going on in the world. We need to really tune in to finding the inner peace within. We may say we want there to be peace in the world. That would be a beautiful thing, but peace is something that begins with each one of us. And we need to find peace within ourselves. And then when we direct our energy to create peace in the world, when we pray for those in the world who are our leaders, we're praying from a place of peace and light and love. For love is the strongest power on this entire universe. We're going to go to our phone lines and we're going to answer your questions. 866-972-7247. And your Facebook questions. So share the page, please. Share the light. Also, leave your questions in the YouTube feed. I want to talk to you. But for this minute, I've got to go to Hollywood, Florida. And I've got Tiffany on the line. Tiffany, how are you tonight? Hey, Tiffany, how are you?
Good.
And what's your burning question for us here?
So my burning question, you did answer a lot, you know, when you were just kind of reading the energy of what's going on right now.
Yes.
But I had lost my job back in July, and ever since then, I've really been in a funk. And, you know, I've made decisions for my future, and I just really want to know if where I'm headed right now, if that's the right path, and a little bit of more guidance on that.
Okay. So this year, 2023 into 2024, your birth year, is really all about change. It's about doors closing so new ones can open. Now, the losing of the job was one of those unexpected changes, yes?
Yes.
And it kind of threw us for a loop. Kind of sent us scrambling. Yes. But it also did you a favor.
Yeah.
The favor it does is it gives you a clean slate, something to be in a beginning stage of creation. And putting yourself on the path of something that makes your heart sing, something that is financially lucrative, but also may require you to invest in yourself a bit, would be a good thing. Is there something that you wanted to study or do to further your skill set so that you can have a better, more reliable experience in the workforce?
So there is something that I took upon now. So I'm kind of doing that schooling, but I'm going back to school to possibly get into PA in the future.
Good idea. There is further learning to really put you in a position that we never have to be at the effect of other people, where we can really write our own ticket. We can really change the energy of a situation by having more choices just by who we are and what we've accomplished. It's really important. It's also really important that you step into the belief that you are good enough to be a PA. See, there's a wobble there. We want you to be in the belief. What were you going to say?
Also, like financially, when does it seem that I'll be a little more even like above water? Because, you know, ever since that job loss, it's been a really bad roller coaster for me.
Well, 2024 is bringing you a better opportunity financially. Now, I know that sounds a long way away, but it's 2 months. And in these next 2 months, we regain our financial footing. This is just a time for you to revisit what's important, what's not important. It gives you an opportunity to streamline, and the universe will provide. Something unexpected will happen to make everything kind of bridge together so that we don't have to have this bump in the road for much longer.
Okay.
Was there a thought and an idea before this happened that we wanted to move?
Yes.
Okay. Don't lose sight of that. There's still potential for move. Not because it gets thrust upon you, but because there's a move that can make life easier for you. It's a little bit more conducive, something that is more to your liking.
That's exactly what I've been thinking about too, especially wanting to take on this journey because I own a home right now. So I've been thinking about possibly just really downsizing in my life and kind of getting rid of this and moving.
Yes. And of course, we need to make sure the move at this time and the energy of downsizing doesn't end up costing us more in the process, right?
Yeah.
Because we're not in a position for that. But don't lose sight of the idea of a move. Even if you don't move right now, coming into the end of 2024 to 2025, I see a different environment around you. I see a different opportunity. So be open to what the universe is going to create for you.
Okay.
All right. Thank you so much for your question.
Thank
We
you.
greatly appreciate it. All right. Bye for now.
Thank you.
866-972-7247. We're going to go back to our phone lines, but we are welcoming your calls as well as your questions on Facebook and on YouTube. So we're going to be going to Facebook and YouTube in just a minute. But we're going to go to Chastity. And Chastity is in West Palm Beach. Chastity, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I am great. Good to connect with you.
Thank
It is a
you.
time for great growth for you. Great embracing of who
Thank
you
you.
are and letting go of the limitations that have held you in. Time for you to really expand your consciousness and also expand to new levels and opportunities of work. It is truly a good time for you to look at where you want to be in the next 12 months. Have you given that some thought and consideration?
Yes, that's a big thing right now where I kind of want to transition to a new job, like eventually, like just because I know I have potential and I feel like I'm just stuck at this job.
You are
so-
in a holding pattern. 2024, February on opens up an opportunity for you to create new work for yourself. Be in gratitude for where you are and the journey that you have and the work that you have so that when you leave, that stagnation doesn't follow you to the next job.
Perfect. That sounds good.
There is
That sounds
increase
good.
that comes for you in 2024. I actually feel as if
Oh,
your
that's
growth is stunted at your current job because they really don't want you to get ahead. How's that for good
There's no
managerial
growth
support?
opportunity there for me.
Yeah, they just want to keep you locked away. They don't even want to make a new point for you. They just want to push you down.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. That's how I feel. Like that's how I've been feeling the last few months, because I'm just stuck there in that one position and,
But that position has
But,
served you well, and you've learned a lot from that. So do remember that.
Oh, I have. Absolutely. Absolutely. Like not having a college degree or anything like that and just working my way up, of course.
Yes.
Yes, but I was calling about also my love life.
Yes.
And I was going through, I'm still going through a divorce where right now, finally we're going to go to trial soon. But I met somebody in the last 4 months, And I just really kind of want to know if it's going to, like, does he really, care about me as much as, I care about him, Is this something that is, like, futurable?
What is their birthday?
He's a lot younger than me.
I know, but what is his birthday?
His birthday is May 13. I think it's 1995.
He's working on creating his own identity, perfecting himself for his own job and future, correct? That is where he is right now. He's very grounded in that. That's of importance for him.
Yes.
Does he care?
He does. Business, and he lost everything.
Yeah.
So now he's trying to start over again.
Well, he lost everything because he wasn't listening to what he needed to do.
Exactly. I totally agree with you.
He's very stubborn. He's very stubborn.
Oh, he's super stubborn. You're so right.
But when I
just want to know if there's like a future.
I understand the question, so hear the answer.
Uh-huh.
Remember my monologue. Okay. He is not in a place to match you and be shoulder to shoulder with you for the long haul. He's not in that place.
Okay.
That's not what you want to hear, but that's where he is.
Right, of course. Yeah.
And it has nothing to do with caring. It has to do with his accountability and his ability to not self-destruct. He's very good at overthinking things and spiraling himself down into some dark hole. It's a little bit too much of a roller coaster given where you've come from.
Yes.
So enjoy the ride of the amusement park.
Yeah.
But I don't know that I see that that's your future. You get to choose.
Okay.
But there's a caution flag there. And when I see a caution flag, that means let's really look at why did he crash and burn with his pest control business? What wasn't he following through with? Where is he lacking accountability? And where's the level of immaturity? And I am not talking about age. I'm talking about emotional maturity, okay? And whether he can really show up and be a partner for you, this is not the case.
Right.
But it's a great person for this moment in your journey. There will come another. And when the other comes, it will be most welcome. All right?
Okay.
All right.
Yes, that sounds good.
Great.
That
Thank
sounds
you.
amazing. So that's just having fun right now, which is good.
Yes, absolutely. All right. Thank you so much for your question. We greatly appreciate you. All right. Bye for now.
I appreciate you. Bye-bye.
Thanks. Bye. 866-972-7247. We're going to take a question from our friends on Facebook or YouTube. Let's see who's got what going on here on our Facebook feed. We really want to take a look and see. Who do we have here? And we've got Facebook. We've got Pat Lawrence. She says, our house is for sale, and we would like to know if I see any potential buyers in the very near future. Well, Pat, when I look at the energy around your house, I do feel that there is sale for you. And when I look at the frequency here, I'm seeing something about the price or something with the listing. We need to kind of take a look at that. Something needs to be adjusted in the listing or the price so that we can make that sale. The perfect time for this for you is a land of balance and a land of growth. It may not sell in the next 2 months, but it should sell by the January time. So they're giving me the number 3 for 3 months. It's not 3 weeks. I feel like there's something that has to be adjusted in the listing, and there may be something else you need to do to the house to make it more saleable, something that will help it move. But I do see it selling. So stay the course and keep the vision going, and everything will work out for you. Let's take another question from our friends on Facebook and YouTube before we go back to our phone lines. And let's see who else we have. We have Carolyn Cece. And Carolyn says, awaiting my son's health test. And she gives me his birthday. So any thoughts? So when I look, Carolyn, there is an underlying cause to your son's condition. And it is something that's going to require some treatment. And when I look at this, it is time for him to connect with the right people, the right doctors, to take him out of this blockage, is the word that I get from Spirit, this health blockage that's not allowing him to enjoy the quality of his life. But I will tell you this, that in 2024, I have to talk a lot about 2024 since it's right around the corner. David will be on the men's to have a better quality of life here. I'm feeling things connected to his flow of his energy of his blood. I'm feeling connections to the pressure. I'm feeling connections to the energy that is imbalance in the blood work, and there is a further test they need to run that's going to identify what else is going on underneath the surface. That's going to take him into some treatment plan that should bring him better quality of life. We thank you, Carolyn Cece. I am not a doctor, can't give you medical advice, but in the end, Spirit makes me feel it will be all right. All right, thank you so much for your Facebook question. We're going to take a minute to hear from our sponsors, and then when we come back, we're going to come back and answer your questions at 866-972-7247. We sure want to hear from you. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Know me, do I know you? Have we met before? I've been standing.
Stay tuned for more Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, coming up right after the break. Continue the conversation with Sarah Spiritual on Facebook and YouTube. The phone lines are open too. 866-9-SARAHS. That's 866-972-7247.
Sarah Spiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor and medium. She can connect you with your loved ones, your spirit guides, and ascended beings. Sarah specializes in love, relationships, money, career, health, and healing. She has an uncanny ability to convey the true thoughts and emotions of those around you. Just call 561-682-0956 for your personal reading. Life is a spiritual journey, and each situation has a spiritual solution. Just contact Sarah for a personal reading today. 561-682-0956. 561-682-0956. Or visit sarahspiritual.com. Or that number one more time, 561-682-0956. Let Sarah Spiritual and Spirit raise you up.
Come visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center for an extensive array of spiritual products, crystals, books, classes, readings, and healing services in a beautiful spiritual oasis. You must visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Come feel the energy and explore our unique products. Arrange for your own personal spiritual reading with Sarah Spiritual for spiritual insight. The Expedito Enlightenment Center is located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard, Suite 129 in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955. Visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com. That's EXPEDITO enlightenmentcenter.com for yourself. Or for a thoughtful gift, there's no better place to visit than the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955 or visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com.
You are listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, your spiritual advisor and medium. Connect with Sarah Spiritual and be in the energy of light. Call right now, Sarah Spiritual, at 866-9-SARAHS. That's toll free, 866-972-7247. Just ask your questions or message Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook and YouTube.
I've been standing in the room before I walk through the door. Do you know me? Have you heard me? Have you seen
Have you heard me?
Do
Do you know me? Do you know my voice? I am Sarah Spiritual, and you're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah all across the nation at 866-972-7247. Last week, we celebrated our 700th live show. We thank everyone who came out and all of you who tuned in to celebrate you, all of you. Now we're counting up. We're counting up for our next mile marker here in this journey, our 14th and a half year mark. And of course, we're looking forward to all the great things we've got coming up for all of you. And we welcome your calls, and we thank you for sharing the show with your friends, your family, everyone who is around you, who's near and dear. And if you're cruising down the highway, we love riding in the car with you. We love hearing you ask questions while you're in the car and just chatting with us. It's everyone's story, and everyone's story becomes our own story because we can all hear a little bit of ourselves in someone else's question. Share the page, share the light, share the love on Facebook and on YouTube. We're going to go back to our phone lines, and I've got Diana, and Diana is in Palm Beach Gardens. Diana, how are you?
Yes, hi, how are you?
I'm good. Good to connect with you, Diana.
Thank you.
It is an interesting time for you. You're looking to get yourself in a better order and better balance as we wrap up the 2023 and begin to tune into 2024?
Yes, as a matter of fact, I had two questions, but the first one was about my health. I'm working out more. I put on a little weight because I'm working out a little more, and I understand, inflammation of muscles and stuff like that, and trying to control things that unfortunately are hereditary, I think, in my family, and one being high cholesterol. So I have 2 months, actually 2.5 months to go back for another blood test, and hopefully my homeopathic, just eating a little bit better and taking supplements like, coenzyme Q10, CoQ10, and other, supplements. In other words, I'm really trying to avoid getting on statins, and hopefully I succeed in 3 months because the number was higher than I'd like. So hopefully I show some progress in 3 months.
Well, let's just stop you right there. There's no such thing as hope. And if you believe that it's hereditary, then you've already signed your ticket to having medication. There are influencing factors in the body. I'm not a doctor, but I'm going to tell you that the power of our belief is stronger than hereditary. So if you believe that it's meant to be that way, then you are basically willing it and conditioning your body to fall into that pattern. Now, knowing that your family has a tendency when eating certain foods that it will produce more cholesterol, it's something that we've seen in the physical, then yes, you make the adjustments. And I'm not a doctor, cannot diagnose, but I will strongly recommend that you take a look at the Medical Mediums book and you adapt some of those methodologies, celery juice being one of them, and begin a little bit more of a rigid approach to it. So that it's, yes, we want a lifestyle, but for right now we need to kick it in the butt and we need a rigid approach. And we need to make some changes because then we got the holidays coming, right? Can't tell me we're not going to have a cookie or two. So it's a time for you to really dive into what's important in your health and what is clogged in your life. There's always an emotional factor. What is not flowing? What is sluggish in your life? And how is that allowing your body to back up? Because you are in this place of stagnation. We're trying to get in a better order and balance, but something is stuck and stagnant in your life. And when you give yourself permission to let that go and invite a new energy, then the body begins to heal more effectively. This is what I see around you. But can we get a good blood test result? Yes. We can definitely get it down significantly enough that if it's not at the perfect mark, it's close enough that we can come back and in 3 more months have it below the mark of what it needs. You have that power.
Okay, cool. Awesome.
And Diana, what is the follow-up
that sounds very
question for
positive.
me? Yes.
Go ahead.
What is your follow-up question
I'm
for
sorry.
me?
Work and how that's going and what you see for my job and career.
Well, this too is going to ask you in 2024 to kind of break the routine and step out of the box. So it is time for you to advance, promote, grow. So whatever you have to do to create that for yourself, Diana, to express yourself in a better way, 2024 is going to give you the opportunity to be more creative, to be more expressive, to not feel like we're caught up in a routine. Is there a level of life that's seeming a bit routine in the work-life balance at this time?
I don't. It's comfortable, but there's changes that are happening.
Changes that are happening, but are going to take you on a new creative path in 2024. But comfortability is not always necessarily a good thing. It's time for you to grow.
That I understand.
And you are going to grow in 2024. So set your intention to set your sights on something different or new that will be a little more challenging, not uncomfortable, not overworking you, but something that will be much more comfortable. All right? All right.
Excellent.
All right, great. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Bye for now. Bye. 866-972-7247. We are answering your questions all across the nation, and I've got to go to Chicago. I've got Yvonne. Yvonne, how are you tonight?
Yes, I'm good.
Good.
Hello?
Hello, hello. How's the Windy City doing today?
Real good. We won't complain. It's 67 degrees in October.
That's a good thing for you, with a little bit of wind, yes.
Yes.
So, Yvonne, what is your question for us tonight?
Question.
Yes.
First, my grandson, he went into rehab and he's now into the whole program. So I'm praying that when he come out, he will be the person that we knew he was before he got caught up.
Well, he's never going to be the same person because he's had so many experiences. So there's a difference in who he is. When is his birthday?
Chris' birthday is June. Oh, God. Chris is June 20th, I believe. Might be 31st. Yes. He's a Cancer, I can tell you that.
And he's supposed to be out of this program in the beginning of 2024. He has a few months to put into this next program. Is that true?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
He can stay on the straight and narrow, but he definitely has some challenges ahead of him. It was
Yes,
a difficult time
Oh,
for
go ahead.
him,
I'm sorry.
and he really fell into it really hard, is what my guides are telling me. So it was difficult for him to even agree to this, and it's taking
Yes,
all of
it
his
was.
strength to stay on the straight path. So continued prayer and his will, and all things are possible with God.
Well, he's fighting for his daughter because a lot of stuff his daughter's mother have done to him and lied on him and got him in court. That's why he went and started getting his life together, because she have lied so much on him. And when he get back to court, he want to show them that she have lied so many different ways, trying to take his daughter and give it to her boy, make her boyfriend the dad.
Well, we
She
understand
have
that.
lied so much.
We understand that, but you have to understand your grandson has a part in that story, okay? And his behavior was less than perfect, which gave her something to kind of run with. And she created the story around the little bit of truth, right?
Right. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So it's up to him to prove himself. But he has to prove himself for himself first, because he took himself down the dark hole. What is your follow-up question for me tonight, Yvonne?
My second question is, I had a business for 28 years.
Yes.
And I had to close my store. And I didn't get a closure to it. And I think I'm having some money coming in the end of November. And I'm wondering, should I try to put a closure to my store?
No.
And,
No. Do not do that. Don't go
tell me
backwards. Don't go backwards. Go forward.
What can I do? I mean, I have nothing to do, and I need to do some money.
I understand, but that was a lot for you, and it had a lot of responsibilities. And if you take your step back and put your toe back in that water, I don't know that the outcome's going to be any different. That's how they show it to me. It's almost like that season has passed.
And everybody started saying, when can you order us clothes? Can I start doing something in my house, making one of my rooms downstairs a little store? What do you think about that?
Well, you can do what we call trunk shows, where you have some things in a trunk and you can have people come look and buy, but you don't want all those people and their energy in your house. That's not conducive for your home and your sanctuary.
So what can I do with my life at this time?
At this point, you can do things online if someone can help you set up something online.
Oh, I can go online and do it?
Do it online.
Oh, I can have someone to set me up online.
Yeah. Set something
I'll
up
be
online
better.
for the materials and the things that you have. Have that sell out, whatever you still have left. And then handpick and decide what you're going to carry. And just do a very steady, slow business that brings in some revenue for you.
Oh, my daughter can do that for me.
Yeah.
Set me up online.
Set you up
and
online.
I can do set me up online. Yeah.
Right. And then you can put the clothing in a package, and you can even have a lot of the different ways you can have your packages picked up by the post office, by FedEx. There's ways around it, so you don't even have to leave your house.
I know how to do that. Yes, ma'am.
So
And
this
so
is something
I
that
think my
keeps
daughter just said
correct.
that.
This is something that keeps you removed from just a lot of exposure to a lot of different people, and just lets you create revenue for yourself. And you have merchandise, and someone says, "Hey, you know, we're having an event. We'd love for you to bring your merchandise," and then you can put up a rack or two and sell at an event or something. But you're not locked into.
I've had somebody to ask me that. Did I
Yes.
mind doing that? Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So that's an easier way, and it's not committing you to any big overhead. It's not, perhaps, a lot of communities don't want us to be doing business from our homes. It's not opening up your home to different people and people bringing people that you don't know into your house. That's not a good idea.
Yes,
But we
ma'am.
can
You
sell
answered it for
online,
me.
and we can pop up. You can have a pop-up and pop up wherever Yvonne wants to pop up.
Okay, that sounds so
All right.
good to me.
Wonderful.
Yes. And thank you. And
You're
my
welcome.
grandson, I know God got him in his hand, and he's going to be able to do the right things now.
I'm hearing
I believe
I'm hearing that song in my head. He's got the whole world in his hand. He's got the whole world in his hand. Right? So he's got your grandson
Yes,
and the
ma'am.
whole entire world right
In
now.
his hand. Yes,
So-
he is. 'Cause my grandson know God.
Yes.
He didn't just learn him. He learned him as a child coming up because my husband was a pastor.
Yeah.
So I know he got him in his hand.
But you know what?
And
We
I
all have
think-
things we have to work
Mhm.
through, and your grandson's working through it. It's going to take his strength and his power to navigate through that, and he'll be able to. Thank you so much, Yvonne, for your question. We greatly appreciate you following the show. We know you've been with us for a really long time. We appreciate you. Thank you for being one of our loyal listeners. And we'll put in a prayer for your grandson. And go ahead, honey. Take your clothes and pop up. Yvonne's pop-up.
Yes, ma'am.
All right?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. That's the name of it, Yvonne's Pop-Up. Thank you, Sarah. Talk to you when
All
I
right.
get it together. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye for now. Bye.
Bye-bye.
866-972-7247. We're going to take a minute to hear from our sponsors, and then when we come back, we've got calls all across the nation. We want to hear from you. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Do you know me? Do I know you? Have we met before? I've been standing in the room before I walk through the door.
Stay tuned for more Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, coming up right after the break. Continue the conversation with Sarah Spiritual on Facebook and YouTube. The phone lines are open too. 866-9-SARAHS. That's 866-972-7247.
Sarah Spiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor and medium. She can connect you with your loved ones, your spirit guides, and ascended beings. Sarah specializes in love, relationships, money, career, health, and healing. She has an uncanny ability to convey the true thoughts and emotions of those around you. Just call 561-682-0956 for your personal reading. Life is a spiritual journey, and each situation has a spiritual solution. Just contact Sarah for a personal reading today. 561-682-0956. 561-682-0956. Or visit sarahspiritual.com. Or that number one more time, 561-682-0956. Let Sarah Spiritual and Spirit raise you up.
Hi, I'm Sarah Spiritual, the founder of the Expedito Enlightenment Center. I would love for you to visit me at my spiritual oasis located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard in the Tree of Life Plaza in West Palm Beach. Come, feel the energy, sample my spiritual sprays and oils, participate in one of my spiritual development classes, and have a personal reading with me, Sarah Spiritual. Let's see what Spirit has to say. You can call the Expedito Enlightenment Center at 561-682-0955. Not local? Visit me, Sarah Spiritual, at sarahspiritual.com for products, classes, and to book your personal session.
Come visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center for an extensive array of spiritual products, crystals, books, classes, readings, and healing services in a beautiful spiritual oasis. You must visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Come feel the energy and explore our unique products. Arrange for your own personal spiritual reading with Sarah Spiritual for spiritual insight. The Expedito Enlightenment Center is located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard, Suite 129 in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955. Visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com. That's EXPEDITO enlightenmentcenter.com for yourself. Or for a thoughtful gift, there's no better place to visit than the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955 or visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com.
You are listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, your spiritual advisor and medium. Connect with Sarah Spiritual and be in the energy of light. Call right now, Sarah Spiritual, at 866-9-SARAHS. That's toll free, 866-972-7247. Just ask your questions or message Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook and YouTube.
I've been standing in the room before I walk through the door. Do you know me? Have you heard me? Have you seen me? Do you know my voice? Did you call me with your soul? Because you know that you know me.
And we are back here live on VCMG on the Oldies station. And we're answering your questions at 866-972-7247. If you'd like to learn more about me and the work that I do, visit sarahspiritual.com. There you'll see a list of all the different type of sessions that I offer and some of the products that we offer at our Expedito Enlightenment Center, which is located in West Palm Beach, conveniently off of Okeechobee Boulevard. We have an entire metaphysical center filled with so many products. So visit us at sarahspiritual.com. We're going to go to the phone lines, and we're going to go to Gail. And Gail is in Pompano. Gail, how are you?
Hi, Sarah.
How are you? Welcome.
My question is, I want to know your feelings, and whether or not my niece and I will have a good relationship coming up. I also would like to know if my parents have anything to say.
Well, let's open up the energy and see what comes up. So the first thing that I'm made aware of, Gail, is that this year of 2023, coming into 2024, it's been a little difficult for you. It hasn't been the easiest of years. Is this true, Gail? It's been a little emotionally charged. Is that also true? Yeah. And it's really made you question, who's who, even in the family, and who can you trust? There's an energy around you that makes me feel as if endings are beginnings. And sometimes we need to realize that not everybody's meant to come on the path with us in the journey. And when I look around your niece, what is your niece's birthday?
Lauren.
And what's her birthday?
I believe it is January 30th, 81.
So Lauren tends to be kind of opinionated and stuck on what she thinks is right. Is that true?
Could be.
Yeah. I just see
I'm
her.
not sure.
I see her very stuck in her beliefs and what she feels is right. I feel as if 2022 into 2023 was a difficult time for her. There was a lot of change. So what is the question about the relationship specifically for me? Because she's been through a lot. She kind of is guarded in her energy is the word I'm getting from Spirit. So what's your question regarding your relationship with her?
My brother has passed, and I was in business with my brother, and I'm going to be in business with her.
Okay.
And I don't know what her intentions are.
I don't see bad intentions. I feel like her energy is someone who needs to have a reason and a purpose to do things, and she may be resistant to the old ways that you and your brother had done things. So she doesn't really have as much knowledge in the business as you do. And you're in business with her.
Right.
But the two of you have to come to an understanding as to where the business goes from here. Because things have changed. And your brother passed in the past.
Do you see her wanting me to sell it? Do you see her wanting me to do that?
I don't feel that she is equipped to really handle a lot of the business. But when she learns some more, she may be willing to keep it going. It's a conversation for the two of you.
Will she be?
That's up to you.
Yeah, and I'm having a hard time having a conversation.
Because she's not ready. And she's guarded. She's guarded. And there was something unexpected.
Will she be ready? Ever?
There was something unexpected in the passing of your brother. Something she wasn't expecting in the passing of your brother? Was there something unexpected in his passing, please?
He went through cancer treatments and then wound up in the hospital. We thought he was going to come through, but he didn't.
Yeah. She's still wrestling with that unexpected outcome. And it's painful for her to handle anything connected to him right now. Because this is still very fresh. Is that true? It's very fresh?
May, yes.
Okay. Give her a little bit more time. In the meantime, you're running the business and keeping things going. Is that also correct?
Yes.
Okay. Stay the course.
Hard. I'm working hard.
Well, you are invested in the business, and even if you were to sell, we have to sell a business that's a viable business, do we not? Of course we do. And
I don't want to sell it.
I understand you don't want
I
to sell it.
want to find an answer that I don't have to. Yeah.
I understand that. And I'm going to make a suggestion for
even
you.
Even if I... Yes.
Here's my suggestion. This is your first time calling into the show?
Yes.
Okay. They're getting ready to wave me to commercial. But I will tell you this. It is really important that you explore a lot of this, and some of this cannot be said on national radio. If you're open, go to my website. For now, stay the course, but go to my website. I'd love to have a personal appointment with you in the next couple of weeks, and we can sit and we can talk on the phone and we can connect and we can go over all the insights that I see.
Okay.
And then we can kind of strategize what you're going to do.
Okay.
Because if you're not going to have her be a part of it and she wants to sell, then you're going to have to buy her out, and you're not in a position to do that. So we need a plan. All right, my dear? Pleasure connecting with you. I've got to go to commercial at this minute. I hope I've been of some service to you this
Thank
evening.
you.
Thank you. Bye for now. Bye.
Thank you.
You're welcome. 866-972-7247. Stay with us, everyone. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned for more Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, coming up right after the break. Continue the conversation with Sarah Spiritual on Facebook and YouTube. The phone lines are open too. 866-9-SARAHS. That's 866-972-7247.
The opinions expressed on the preceding sponsored program were strictly those of its host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.
WSFS 104.3 HD3 Miramar, WIRK 103.1 HD3 Indiantown, and heard in Broward on 96.9 FM, Boca Raton on 95.3 FM, West Palm Beach on 95.9 FM, and in Martin County on 106.9 FM. Programming paid for by Vic Canales Media Group. Broadcasting from the Robes Studio. Injured recently? Call the Robes Law Group, where winning is a habit. 561-570-5700. Robes, winning for you and our community. We are South Florida's home for the True Oldies Channel.
Big news, you don't have to wait for Black Friday to get an amazing deal on your next Bahamas cruise, because Margaritaville at Sea is giving you a sneak peek of their best sale of the year right now for a limited time. Get a 3-day, 2-night cruise to the Bahamas starting at just $89 for 2 guests, plus get up to 30% off all specialty dining, beverage packages, shore excursions, and more. This exclusive Black Friday sneak peek only lasts a few days, so go to margaritavillatsea.com and book today to save on the biggest sale of the year.
Tune into Florida's Jewish radio show, Shalom South Florida, this Sunday morning and every Sunday morning starting at 9:30. The latest updates, Jewish music, and more. Join host Roni and Shalom South Florida every Sunday morning right here on the True Oldies channel.
And now another community first message from Robes.
When an auto accident occurs, stop immediately. Do not obstruct traffic and secure your valuables. Seek medical attention for injuries as soon as possible, along with notifying your insurance company. Injured recently? Contact Robes Injury Law at 561-570-5700 or robeslawgroup.com. Offices throughout Palm Beach County.
Love the outdoors and the open road? Don't miss RV Hour, Saturday mornings at 10 a.m., hosted by Giant Recreation World second generation owner and CEO Larry McNamara and his co-host Dwayne Adams. RV Hour, Saturday mornings, 10 a.m., right here on the True Oldies channel.
Hi, it's Kevin Dalton from the Unlimited Auto Wash. Did you know we have 7 locations, including our newest at A1A and Lighthouse Drive, next to Promenade Plaza in the Sunoco Station in Palm Beach Gardens? For just $39.95 a month for the first 3 months, you can come in as often as you'd like and get our inside and out wash with Tire Shine, all unlimited, and we're 100% hand wash. We make you look good. Call 561-WASH-ME-TOO or visit us at unlimitedautoWashClub.com. And we're also a full-service wash for the occasional customer as well. No memberships required. Come see us at the Unlimited Auto Wash.
Hey guys, it's Samantha Ramnarine from Car Accident Referral Services. After 911, we want you guys calling cars at 954-249-5858. Let us put more money into your pockets. Our network of attorneys throughout the entire state of Florida will take 25% up to a $1 million settlement. We are putting up to 15% more money into your pockets. You guys got hurt. Not the doctor, not the attorney, but you guys. You guys are taking time off of work, school, church, family, and you guys are going to the doctors every single day. So make sure when you guys want the best, you give us a call at 954-249-5858. We want to put more money into your pockets. We want to treat you like family. So when you want the experience and you want the best, you call Car Accident Referral Services. Let us help you from step to step, and we will make sure that we guide you the right way. The insurance companies have attorneys defending them. Why don't you guys have attorneys defending you? Give us a call, 954-249-5858.
Are you confused about Medicare? Then listen to Medicare Miriam on Sundays from 9 to 9:30 a.m. It's Medicare made simple with Medicare Medicare Miriam, and co-host Tracy from Smart Caregiving. Call Miriam, a Medicare specialist at United Insurance Experts, at 561-464-2273. That's 561-464-2273.
Hi, True Oldies listeners. Jupiter Joe here. Ask yourself, do I have a guaranteed retirement plan, or do I have a plan with no control of my money? Let me let you know how our retirement plans work. They are guaranteed never to lose money, guaranteed to earn interest, and protected from stock market losses. If you want your retirement plan to work like this, go to jupiterjoe.com or give me a call at 561-743-0999. Again, jupiterjoe.com or 561-743-0999.
And now another Community First message from Robes.
When an auto accident occurs, stop immediately. Do not obstruct traffic and secure your valuables. Obtain the names, phone numbers, and addresses of the other driver and any witnesses. Call 911 and report the accident. Injured recently? Contact Robes Injury Law at 561-570-5700 or robeslawgroup.com. Offices throughout Palm Beach County.
Ant Media Productions proudly announces Music Nights. We invite you to a two-night concert event, November 10th and December 1st, starring JC Dreesen with her Salute to the Veteran. And True Lumens, the greatest Fleetwood Mac tribute band on the land. For more information and to grab your tickets, head over to events.am2.tv. That is events.am2.tv, and don't be late.
Hi, I'm Sarah Spiritual, the founder of the Expedito Enlightenment Center. I would love for you to visit me at my spiritual oasis located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard in the Tree of Life Plaza in West Palm Beach. Come, feel the energy, sample my spiritual sprays and oils, participate in one of my spiritual development classes, and have a personal reading with me, Sarah Spiritual. Let's see what Spirit has to say. You can call the Expedito Enlightenment Center at 561-682-0955. Not local? Visit me, Sarah Spiritual, at sarahspiritual.com for products, classes, and to book your personal session.
Sarah Spiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor and medium. She can connect you with your loved ones, your spirit guides, and ascended beings. Sarah specializes in love, relationships, money, career, health, and healing. She has an uncanny ability to convey the true thoughts and emotions of those around you. Just call 561-682-0956 for your personal reading. Life is a spiritual journey, and each situation has a spiritual solution. Just contact Sarah for a personal reading today. 561-682-0956. 561-682-0956. Or visit sarahspiritual.com. Or that number one more time, 561-682-0956. Let Sarah Spiritual and Spirit raise you up.
Come visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center for an extensive array of spiritual products, crystals, books, classes, readings, and healing services in a beautiful spiritual oasis. You must visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Come feel the energy and explore our unique products. Arrange for your own personal spiritual reading with Sarah Spiritual for spiritual insight. The Expedito Enlightenment Center is located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard, Suite 129 in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955. Visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com. That's EXPEDITO enlightenmentcenter.com for yourself. Or for a thoughtful gift, there's no better place to visit than the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955 or visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com.
This show is furnished by Sarah Spiritual.
The content, information, and opinions expressed during the related show are those of the show personalities and guest alone, and not those of Vic Canellis Media Group, its parent, affiliates, or stations. VCMG Live is not responsible for any content, information, or opinions expressed. User bears full responsibility for their reliance on such content, information, or opinions.
Welcome back to the next hour of Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, as we continue our uplifting and empowering spiritual discussion to transform your life. A gifted spiritual advisor, coach, and medium, Sarah Spiritual will assist you to connect to the light within and transcend beyond the limits of all experience and knowledge. We have another hour to listen and call in 866-9-SARAHs. That's 866-972-7247. And watch Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook and YouTube, and you can share the love and light.
Yes, indeed, there's a light, and that light brightens up your day. And that's the light within, and that's the light of the divine. And when the two come together, we've got some power. Speaking of power, we've got some chakra power coming up. We've got a fabulous class at the Expedito Enlightenment Center, and that's going to be on the 24th of this month. We're going to be raising your vibration. What are we going to do? We're going to talk about your chakras and the power of your chakras. And then we're going to step into the energy of sound and how that improves the balancing of your chakras. Then we're going to have some movement featuring Margot, who is our chakra dance teacher. You want to shake your booty? You want to move some energy? Join us at the Expedito Enlightenment Center. It is at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard. We're going to put that slide up for just another minute because we want you to really take in all the information and register at sarahspiritual.com. The cost of the class is only $16. We're going to be doing movement, sound, and you're going to be learning about the chakra system. So you can be available online. You can do it from your home, or you can come into the center. It is both. Go to sarahspiritual.com. Be sure to register for that chakra class. We're going to shake our booty. And we've also got Calvin Cates. He'll be coming back in the beginning of November, so be sure to take a look in our website in the next couple of days. We'll be posting that experience as well. We're looking forward to having all of you participating in all of our big events coming up. We're going to go back to our phone lines at 866-972-7247. We opened up a line, so if you want to call in, this is your opportunity. I've got to go to Angie. I got Angie, baby, and Angie is in Naples. Angie, how are you doing?
I'm doing good, Sarah. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you for holding. We know you're on hold for a bit, but we greatly appreciate that, so thank you so very much. And thank you for making the trip for our 700th show last week. We greatly appreciate that as well. So, Angie, what's on your mind,
no problem.
and how can we
Well,
assist
a
you?
couple things.
Yes.
Well, for one, I know Spirit's working really hard. On Sunday, I literally said it was my dream to see a seahorse, and me and my daughter just walked the beach tonight, and we found one, and I think we saved its life. It was still moving. We put it back in the water. So that
Wonderful.
was weird.
No, that's called the law of
but my-
attraction, so that's good.
So I know they're listening to me, but my burning question is, I had an amazing connection with somebody, and I felt like I knew this person from a past life. Things were going good, and then he said he needed a space. Well, I can't stop dreaming about him or thinking about him, and I'm just wondering if I need to let that energy go or if he's feeling the same thing.
He needed his space because he had a lot going on in his personal life and even up into before he met you. Is that correct?
Yeah.
And he really didn't have enough downtime for himself. Is that also true?
Yeah.
Okay. So we do need to give this gentleman his space. When is his birthday?
January 30th, 1972.
So that tells me that 2022 was most likely not an easy year for him. Did he go through a lot from what he shared with you? There's a breakup. Something happened in his personal life?
Yeah, he also had a really bad accident as well.
Okay. It was not the best year for him. And he's the kind of guy that wants to show up and be able to put his money where his mouth is and really show up. But the connection was a very intense connection. I feel as if you just let this go for now. It's almost as if we have him on this little bit of a rope. And you just kind of drop the rope and just let him wander off. He'll be back. I don't feel this is over.
Mm-hmm.
I feel that he does have a genuine interest in you, but something's not working for him. And it's not you. Something's not working for him in his life. And it's going to make it difficult for him to show up. And he knows that. And he really values connections with people. And he has a new appreciation for life. And he has an appreciation for being authentic. He's not telling you something that isn't true. He needs his space. And so give him the space. And of course, you keep your options open. Continue to be on the quest to find your love. But you will see him in the dreams because there is a soul connection, and you are right about that. And there's a past life that you can see in your mind. The two of you were together in a relationship before. And it reads like an unrequited love story. It's a love that was not fulfilled in that lifetime. So it's almost scary how intense this can be. So it's almost a little off-putting to him. And he can be a little of his personality. He can be a little wishy-washy. He can be a little run a little hot and cold naturally. He can be a little skittish. But he realizes that this is something that requires his full attention. And he knows himself well enough to know he can't quite give you all that right now. Not about another person. It's about what's going on with him.
So do you think he feels the connection too, like from far away, like I'm feeling? Because I have given him his space.
Yeah, he does. And you've had many dreams with him where it's almost like the two of you are together. And I'm going to tell you, you are together. You're just not together in the physical. You're together in the etheric realm. And that is a powerful connection. It's like you can literally feel him next to you.
Yeah, it's crazy. And I'm just like, am I going crazy? Is he feeling this? Do I need to get a cord cutting? I don't know.
No cord cutting. Just let it be. It's like that song in the show. Do you know me? Do I know you? I think we met before. Right? You know each other.
Yeah.
And you can see him before he even walks in a door. I mean, you just can feel his energy. So there's no denying that. And I don't see it in a place that it's unhealthy. It's not preventing you from living your life. There's no reason to cut the cord. We want to just let him be in this energy of joy and happiness. Now, when I go back in time, Angie, I really feel that where you are in this moment, when I take you back, and I take you back to 2014 into 15, was this a time of shift and change for you?
Yeah.
Okay. And the shift and change set you up for where you are now. But I want you to know that as we come into the 2024 and we move into 2025, we're creating a whole new life. So remembering, Angie, that thoughts are things, it's important that you focus on what it is you want in relationship and partnership. It's important that you honor the feeling. And be it him or someone else, remember the feeling of what it feels like to feel that connected. That's the feeling we want to create. And if he, the human, is willing to follow his soul's prompting, then he will come. If not, someone, another will come of an equally strong vibration, but someone who's ready to step into the experience. This is where you are in this journey. So I want you to be open to all the possibilities. They are great for you. And we've talked about this. Love is coming. It's really coming. So explore the possibilities. We trust we've been of service to you, Angie, yes?
Yes, thank you so much, Sarah.
You're welcome. Thank you for following the show. We greatly appreciate your listening and calling. Bye for now. Bye. God bless you.
Bye-bye.
866-972-7247. So from Naples, Florida, we got to go west. We got to go real west. We got to go to Arizona. I've got Latanya on the line. Latanya, how are you?
Hello, Miss Sarah. I have had so many trials and tribulations right now.
You could write a miniseries novel.
Oh my gosh. I mean, we talked about this, but you told me that this was going to be a temporary thing. But I talked to you about my granddaughter and my son and how the mother was trying to take his rights, even though he's never done anything like nothing to the child. And we've had her more than her mother, but because she's graduated from school and became a nurse, and her boyfriend is an attorney, just graduated from law school, she just thinks she's on this high pedestal. She put order of protection on both of us, me and my son. Well, but not on the baby. But then she's taking him to court because she wants full custody. He had to do a drug test.
A drug test?
Hair follicle.
And what about an anger
his hair
management class? Does she want him to do anger management or something? Is she claiming he's angry?
No, she never said that.
So what do we need an order of protection for? What's he doing?
Oh, he came up to the school, and she didn't want him to come to the school on her day because the school had a new rule this year that if the first parent is not there, the second parent only can pick up the student and no one else. So she made it where nobody else, so basically she did it so that he wouldn't be able to come up to the school on her day.
Well, that just sounds like a lot of manipulation. So there's really no strength in this.
Absolutely.
Okay. So judges are equipped to see beyond this. But your son is most likely not going to pass the drug test. Is that correct?
Well, now he will. He will. But his hair wasn't long enough. So we have to wait again. And we have court on the 14th. And so the judge said, up until the drug test, we're going to only allow you to have telephone calls with her every day at 6:30. So,
which is looking kind of complicated, right? Because I don't really feel like those calls are really happening the way they're supposed to.
Actually, yeah. So I think it's been a total of 3 calls missed, maybe 4.
Okay.
Like yesterday, she texted Christopher and said, "Daddy, I love you so much. My iPad is only at 7%. And I'll call you tomorrow." So, like, Bria sometimes won't let her call.
Right.
Or make up a reason for her.
Which she's not supposed to do. So this is why.
She's not.
Right. We've got to go to the court. And I hear you, but I am going to say this to you and to everybody listening. So everybody listen up. When we lose ourselves in the drama of the story, of all the intricate details, of all the injustices, of all the untruths, of all the lies, of all the battle, we create a separation between us and the divine power that has the power to transcend through this. Because we lose ourselves in the human condition and forget that God's authority is the only authority acting in our lives. And we give mankind, and even a judge, the power to be the acting power in our lives. And so I hear you, and I understand the frustration. But I also say to you and everyone else who's in a similar situation, regardless of whether it's a family court matter or a different matter, in a personal struggle, don't focus on what's not working. Focus on the desired outcome and nothing more, and do not waver. That was the whole point of my monologue. You need to remember, Spirit said, this is meant to be temporary. But I'm going to tell you, and I'm going to tell everyone listening, when we have a message that says, hold on, it's going to work out, or it's meant to be temporary, it's going to be okay, and we keep worrying and drowning ourselves in the problems and the complications around it and all the things that aren't happening, I look at every postponement as a blessing. I look at every phone call that she didn't do as a blessing. I look at everything adding up in favor for you. But you're looking at it as it's taking longer to get where I want. She's not cooperating. You know, my son's feeling cast out. Yes, he's in his feelings, but he got to man up right now. He's got to man up and be the governing force of his own emotions and just believe it's going to be okay, because he hasn't done anything that critical to rob him of his parental rights. I am not a lawyer. I'm not giving legal advice, but he has to stand true in the energy, and he needs to have his ducks in a row. So when she says this, he's prepared to respond, and that he has everything to prove why everything she's saying is just because she wants to go off and create her own little happily ever after that doesn't include him, now that she thinks she has her dream life in her little house with a 2-car garage and their futures as professionals. Good for them. We are happy for them. But that does not mean that your son cannot be the father to his child.
Correct.
And so we focus on that. Because he's not in a profession that they approve of. They want to strip him of his rights. That's not right. This is meant to be temporary. Your son is working right now?
Yes.
Okay. Is he paying child support?
They 50-50, so he didn't have to.
Okay. Well, sounds like he got the short end of the stick, honey, because I don't see no 50-50. Right?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they're 50-50. He hasn't done anything tragic to strip him of these rights. Just because they have a better house.
No, she just... Yes.
So don't lose yourself in the illusion, is what I'm telling you. Say, this has no power here. This is an illusion. This is not the divine truth. And I understand you're sharing the story with me so that I know the background. But let's go back to how you started the conversation. See, the art of the question is the whole purpose of the show. You started the conversation with, I know you said Spirit said that this is meant to be temporary. So why are we questioning? Not that we don't need to talk and express ourselves, but remember, every time you talk about this, you give them power. That's powerful information right there.
Okay.
Every time you focus on the injustice, you create what? More injustice. You create an imbalance and a wobble that robs you from your connection with the divine. Every time your son feels like he's losing his daughter, he gives them another inch. He has to adhere to the rules. And if they have 50-50 custody, she can't tell the school that he can't come. And if they have a new rule and somebody else didn't show or can't show, she can't say, even though somebody else can't come, he can't come. And whatever the story is behind that.
Well, Well, actually, because she has final say, I went to have lunch with her today, and they said, oh, well, Bria doesn't want you to have lunch with her anymore, so you can't come to the school and have lunch with her. So she blocked me from having lunch with my granddaughter. Only until Christopher does his drug test, he will be able to continue his visitation. But his hair was too short, so we have to wait for his hair
I heard
to grow.
you.
Praying that it grows.
But you're not listening. I heard you, but hear this again. It's a delay. And how bad does she look to the judge that now she blocked you from having a lunch with your grandchild? What, are we drug testing your hair? Is your hair not long enough? No, you're not part of the equation. Why do we have a restraining order of you? Because you speak your mind? But do you hear how you're letting it get underneath the surface of you? I'm not criticizing you. I want you to hear how the whisper of negativity is playing with both your minds. And this is such a great example, and your call is the perfect teaching tool. I cannot thank you enough. Because we lose ourselves in these stories about what's going on around us, and we don't just hunker down and mind our business and know what God has for us. And don't give two flying bananas what anybody's doing or saying.
Okay.
So you stay focused on the end result. The end result is you get to visit your granddaughter, and he gets to have his visitation, his time. And if they're 50-50, I don't know why she's got so much of a say. Okay, because we have an order of protection, because he's what? The big bad monster? Now, we don't just get an order of protection. So there's something there behind the scenes that she's trying to make into something bigger than it is. And your son better know exactly what that game plan is so that he can rebuke it and dispute it in court. Because they don't just hand out those orders of protection. So she has to have painted a picture that your son is unstable, is unreliable, is a threat, may cause harm if he's with her, or is bullying them or harassing them. There's something that she said. And we need to know all of that before you show up in court. And since it's sounding to me like you're not prepared, I'm so glad your son has short hair. Because you need the time. Let the hair grow and you get the information that you need. Is there an attorney on this?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm going to tell you
thinking
this.
About what.
Well, you better figure that out. You better go to that attorney and say, listen, this is my game plan. This is the mouthpiece I need you to be for me. Will you do it? I'm paying you. Will you speak this? If they're not, then yes, you've got to change. But then, whoop, there goes another delay. But I'd rather you go unprepared and delay a little more than unprepared.
Yes, ma'am.
All right?
Yes, ma'am.
What is your son's birthday, quickly, please?
6/22/98.
And 2021 into 2022 were hard times for him? Was that a difficult time in that relationship between them?
Yes.
Yeah. I feel like she thinks she has some dirt on him, which we don't have to talk about in national radio, but whatever she thinks she has, that's what she wants to use to throw him under the bus. And you need to be prepared. Does that mean that I don't think it's still temporary? Of course I think this is temporary. But instead of worrying about whether we're having lunch with our granddaughter, we need to be prepared. It would be like showing up to battle and not bringing the weapons we need for battle. Or going on a debate and not knowing the topic we're debating. Be prepared and place God's authority as the only authority acting in and around your life, so God's justice is the only justice. And things will turn around. And your son has got to keep his cool. All right? Thank you so much for listening to the show, and we appreciate your questioning and your vulnerability here. We greatly appreciate it, and we thank you. And we, of course, send the angels around you and your son for the success in this case. Bye for now.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
You're welcome. 866-972-7247. We're going to take a minute to hear from our sponsors, and then when we come back, we've got to go to sunrise. So don't go anywhere, because the sun's rising somewhere. But I'm going to go to sunrise when we come back from this commercial break.
Know me, do I know you?
Stay tuned for more Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, coming up right after the break. Continue the conversation with Sarah Spiritual on Facebook and YouTube. The phone lines are open too. 866-9-SARAHS. That's 866-972-7247.
Come visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center for an extensive array of spiritual products, crystals, books, classes, readings, and healing services in a beautiful spiritual oasis. You must visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Come feel the energy and explore our unique products. Arrange for your own personal spiritual reading with Sarah Spiritual for spiritual insight. The Expedito Enlightenment Center is located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard, Suite 129 in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955. Visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com. That's EXPEDITO enlightenmentcenter.com for yourself. Or for a thoughtful gift, there's no better place to visit than the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955 or visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com.
Sarah Spiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor and medium. She can connect you with your loved ones, your spirit guides, and ascended beings. Sarah specializes in love, relationships, money, career, health, and healing. She has an uncanny ability to convey the true thoughts and emotions of those around you. Just call 561-682-0956 for your personal reading. Life is a spiritual journey, and each situation has a spiritual solution. Just contact Sarah for a personal reading today. 561-682-0956. 561-682-0956. Or visit sarahspiritual.com. Or that number one more time, 561-682-0956. Let Sarah Spiritual and Spirit raise you up.
Listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, your spiritual advisor and medium. Connect with Sarah Spiritual and be in the energy of light. Call right now, Sarah Spiritual at 866-9-SARAHS. That's toll free 866-972-7247. Just ask your questions or message Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook and YouTube.
Standing in the room before I walk through the door. Do you know me? Have you heard me?
And we are back here live on VCMG on the Oldie Station, and you're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. And we're heard every Wednesday night from 6:30 to 9 p.m. We're so glad that you tuned in. We hope you keep tuning in. We're going to go back to our phone lines at 866-972-7247. Sure would love to hear from you before we close out the show. But we're going to go to Sunrise. We've got some time, and let's see what's going on in the Sunrise with Francine. Francine, how are you tonight?
Hi, Sarah. How are you? I'm grateful to have connected with you this evening.
Thank you. We're glad.
Wow. You're welcome, and thank you so much for all you do. So it was kind of like I'm scrolling through my phone, and I'm like, oh, your show is on, and I knew I had to call you because I'm like really struggling with this decision that I made, and it's making my stomach hurt because I made this decision based on the fact that I feel like I deserve this, but I've never really did anything like this before. I'm in the middle of a divorce, and
so let me pause you for let me just
and-
pause, Francine. Let me pause you for 1 minute, okay? Let me just tune into this story that I have that Spirit's giving me. So where I see you now is you're out of balance. And you're trying to get in balance. And my guides make me
I have
feel...
COVID right now, too.
And my guides make me feel, sorry to hear that, and we trust that you'll feel better soon. My guides tell me that you were feeling lost and stuck. And almost as if you were kind of tied up, prisoner in your own experience. And so now we're looking to break free, right? Let ourselves go and have a new beginning. A fresh start. And there's a creative aspect of life that really starts to happen for you into 2024. Even though right now I know we're in the technicalities of the uncoupling, so to speak. So continue with your story. Now, I just wanted to share with you what Spirit was telling me when I first heard your voice. So we are in the process of getting a divorce, and what did you want to share?
Yeah. So what I was going to share was that, yes, this is the process of a new beginning for me. I made a decision that I knew this is not a healthy relationship for me any longer. There was no point in dragging, going forward anymore for my personal and spiritual growth. But part of my spiritual growth is trying to have not to be able to stand up for my truth, right? And
Correct.
Part of spiritual growth is also discovering your own truth. And I'm in the process of doing that, never too late. But in my case with this divorce, I didn't want to sign papers without an attorney, and I find out that I actually have marital rights, and I have I'm entitled, and I am owed money throughout the relationship that I'm, within this marriage. There is money that has been, wasted, and now I have this opportunity to try to retrieve some of that money back.
Right.
But by asking for that has been very painful for me, because I'm not out to hurt my spouse at all, or my soon-to-be ex-spouse. It's not my intention. My intention is just to try to empower, like stand up a little bit for myself. I'm entitled to receive money, I believe, but he's of course flipping out and freaking out and taking it all the wrong way and not. Of course, I can't expect anything less. I guess this is not easy. And he's been through a lot of things personally,
As well,
self-inflicted or not.
Francine, let me just ask you this question. What is his birthday so I can just tune into his energy?
His birthday is 9/9/1960.
Okay. So yes, this is very difficult for him. And this is a year for him to be able to wake up and recognize who he is. And I really don't know that he is in tune with who he is. Like, you're understanding your truth. I think he's a creature of habit. And he never really stopped to realize whether the habits were serving him any longer. And so he's just been caught up in a routine. And he's a little self-centered. And I feel as if he hasn't really given you the support that you needed. Now, I'm not an attorney. You're not an attorney. I can't give legal advice, but I'm going to tell you what Spirit says.
Okay.
You have to follow the path. You didn't just fall off the turnip truck. You contributed to this marriage. You know that you have rights. And you have to ask for what you are deserving of. Whether he kicks or screams or not does not determine the outcome. His kicking and screaming is meant to intimidate you, to get you to back down. That is his resistance to change. He doesn't handle change well anyhow. He would have kept going the same way if you continued to play. And you're like, I don't want to play anymore. And I will tell you, when I look at where you are in this journey, interestingly enough, there was a time in 2019 that you should have left. You had a chance then.
That was I think I've always kind of had a chance.
Right. But 2019 was a deciding time for you. And I'm going to tell you, because Spirit tells me that 2019, that was a time that we could have left and it would have been a little easier. And then what happened? 2020 happened, right? And everybody got out of sorts, right? So now we are using this 2019 to now as your springboard to freedom, because now you're better equipped to reestablish yourself, to really understand who you are, who you've come to be, and to live your life according to the rules that are best for you. And there is a settlement that comes from this. There is a retrieval of funds. It's going to take some maneuvering, and he's going to have to be a little creative in how he equips you with these finances, but that's what he has to do. And then you will go your separate ways. And I'm going to tell you that the end of 2024 into 2025, a whole new world. It's got this excitement. It's got this flow. It's got a rhythm to it. So every time you feel this pit in your stomach, just say, okay, this too will pass. I want you to talk to your little girl. I want you to talk, Francine, to your little girl who, when she was younger, maybe she couldn't be seen and heard and her truth wasn't acknowledged. Wherever there's that imbalance in you, that of course this encouraged you to attract some of the people who don't want you to find your voice, we need to find our voice now. So you need to see yourself sitting down talking to little Francine and saying, it's okay. We can have our voice. No one's going to criticize us. Their opinion does not define us. And no matter what they say, even if they choose to criticize us, they're protecting themselves. And they can do that because they're protecting their wounds. But we're here to heal our wounds, and we're moving forward.
I was thinking I was like creating bad karma for myself, and like just being, I've prayed and then like hearing you talk to me and tell me these things is very comforting. Yeah. Doesn't take away the
angst,
like the feeling.
Yes, I understand.
The angst or the physical, because this is new to me. This is new. I have always given in to the men in my life that try to make me feel less than, or tell me I'm not able to or not allowed to.
Correct. And so there's a work I do, Francine, and I want you to go to my website and take a look at that. It's called Soul Integration. And soul integration is a work where we go and rescue your little girl who doesn't feel good enough or worthy. She's trapped in a paradigm, in a fragmented state in the past, and she's attracted all these people. So of course it's painful for her to say, it's my turn. Right? Diana Ross had a song that said, it's my turn with no apologies. I've given up the truth for those I've tried to please, and now it's my turn. It's your turn. It's your turn to draw the line in the sand and say, this is my healthy boundary. And you can say, I need all this, and this is what I'm meant to have. And you may say, okay, that's what I'm entitled to. But you may come up with an agreement that's maybe less than what you're officially entitled to. But it's enough that you feel like your truth was heard, and you can move on. And that's all for you to decide with an attorney. And you need to speak your truth.
And I was like, I know, like, I did this too, because, like, then I wouldn't have been able to forgive myself if I didn't try either. Then I would have been, like, sad that, like...
Exactly. You would have disappointed your little girl again. Your little girl would have been left in the bedroom again. You see, this is that orphan.
I was hoping for...
Yes.
No, I didn't want that. And that's how I felt with him, too. It was like this, I didn't feel validated. And I never felt validated as a little girl. You're right. I had a dad who was very, very, he was an addict. He was a gambling addict. So, not knowing that growing up, but experiencing it and being yelled at, being called names, and being told things that didn't help my adult lifehood.
Correct.
But I'm definitely trying to overcome these, little negative voices that speak to me, and I really want to love myself more and be a better person and spiritually. I'm really, that's so important to me. It's like my spiritual walk, and that I do the right things. It really is. It's so important. So that's why I called you, is because I don't want to be doing something wrong.
You're not doing anything wrong. You're finding your truth in your voice, and it's just uncomfortable because you're not used to it. But let's do a little exercise before we end this call. So just repeat after me. In the moment of now.
In the moment of now.
I'm aligned with destiny.
I'm aligned with destiny.
I am powerful. I am free.
I am powerful. I am free.
I am truth. I am light.
I am truth. I am light.
I am worthy. I am enough.
I am worthy. I am enough.
Therefore, in this moment of now.
Therefore, in this moment of now.
All is at peace and all is well.
All is at peace. All is at peace.
And all is at
and
well.
all is well.
Yeah.
All is well?
Yes.
Thank you.
So,
Thank you so much.
when you feel yourself imbalanced, just remind yourself, in the moment of now, I am light, I am love, I am worthy, I am enough, I am truth. Just keep reminding yourself of that. And tell your little girl it's all right. And I do hope that you visit my website, Sarah Spiritual, and I sincerely hope that we get to connect on a personal level and have a session.
I would love that.
And
That would be nice.
let's
Do you,
work with your little girl.
Do you
and-
do services on Sundays?
I don't do, you mean like a spiritual service? No. But
I was wondering that. Okay.
yeah, but
Thank
I'm
you.
here every
You're so
Wednesday,
beautiful.
and I have a center in West Palm where you can come visit and have a session. But a phone or a FaceTime session or video session would probably get you in a little sooner, and we can navigate this little girl and help you stand in your truth. And it is not to cause harm to another. It is to just cut the cords and
I
free
never wanna
yourself
do
of the
that.
patterns that have made you a prisoner in your life. It's time. Thank you so much, Francine,
Thank
for
you so
following
much,
the
Diana.
prompting and picking up the call. We greatly appreciate you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I
Bye for
greatly
now.
appreciate you. Thank you.
Bye. 866-972-7247. We're going to jump over to Missouri. I got Jackie on the line. Miss Jackie, how are you tonight?
Yeah, I was going to ask some question about myself, but then I have an elderly neighbor that has been brought to the hospital, and her husband is in a nursing home as of 2 weeks ago, and now she's in the hospital, and just really concerned about her.
Jackie, what is her birthday?
At August 8th, and she was born, I don't the year, she's 81, so whatever that is. Can't work her out.
Yeah, I
It's
feel like
what,
she's going to be
1920?
there for a little bit there. I don't feel like she's strong enough to really go home right now. So this is a bit of a problem.
Yeah, she's in the ER right now, and it's like packed, and the ambulances keep running up and down the street here. Her daughter said it's a mess there at the hospital right now. They can't even get people in beds. There's so many people in the hospital.
And was she having a problem with the heartbeat? Do you know the rhythm of her heart, the chest area, please? Do you know what was happening to her, please?
Well, yesterday we thought she had some kind of a virus or flu, and she was low on fluids. They gave her fluids, and then this morning at the hospital they said she has a UTI, and they're concerned about sepsis, and her oxygen levels keep dropping, so they don't even know why that's happening.
Right. And I just feel like the rhythm of the heart is off. I don't know if she's experiencing any palpitations or AFib or something, but definitely there's some difficulties in the organs here. So I'm not a doctor, but they do have to get this under control in the next 8 hours, as the number of Spirit tells me. So it's a challenge. So we're going to call upon Archangel Raphael to bring his healing angels around her so that she can be in the energy of healing. It's totally up to her to really kind of fight. She's going to need to have some set medication that's going to pull her out of this. But we do feel that she is strong enough and meant to pass through this. It is just that she has to really fight these next 8 hours. And her daughter, whoever, is going to have to stay on top of these doctors and really do their research as they're planning their next steps to make sure that, they're just not constantly putting a million Band-Aids on her and none of them are really meeting the problem. All right?
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Appreciate that.
Yes, Jackie. Well, we're getting ready to wave off of the show. We appreciate that you used your question for your neighbor. We know the angels will watch over her and put her in the energy of the violet flame to consume and any energy that's less than perfection and to restore her body to divine health. See this purple energy pulsating around her and see her restored to health, and the angels just bringing her to a strong resolution. Thank you for your call, Jackie. We greatly appreciate you. Bye for now.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye.
866-972-7247. Write that number down. We look forward to hearing from you every Wednesday night from 6:30 to 9 p.m. We're grateful and appreciative for your participation. It's always an honor to be here with all of you. Visit my website, sarahspiritual.com. Pop by my center in West Palm Beach, the Expedito Enlightenment Center. We would love to see you there. There you'll find all the great objects and crystals and items necessary for your metaphysical journey. We appreciate you. God bless you. Thank you for listening. And I am Sarah Spiritual.
There's a light that opens doors for everyone. Oh, there's a light.
This has been Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. You can hear and speak with Sarah Spiritual every Wednesday from 6:30 to 9 p.m. Each week, Sarah Spiritual and Spirit answer your most important questions as you navigate through life. Listen and call in next week and let Sarah Spiritual and Spirit guide you. If you didn't have a chance to speak with Sarah Spiritual tonight, visit Sarah at sarahspiritual.com. You can message Sarah Spiritual at Facebook and follow her on Instagram. Tune in every Wednesday from 6:30 to 9 p.m. with more from Spiritually Speaking with Sarah.